everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Olivia and I'm a gender affirming voice teacher. Today I'm going to be diving into the topic of anabolic androgenic steroids and their effects on the female voice. If you are a cis female or AFAB bodybuilder or athlete, somebody who really likes to work out and gain muscle, you might have heard about these drugs and might be something that you've considered or something that you've taken in the past. So if steroid use is in your past or in your future, I think it's really important to understand all of the potential outcomes. So today I'm going to talk about what anabolic androgenic steroids are, and I'm going to talk about how they affect the voice. I'm going to talk about both the physical and the emotional impact of taking them. And then I'm going to talk about feminine voice training and how that can be helpful to you if you have taken AAS and you want a more feminine perceived voice. So let's dive in. So first of all, what are anabolic androgenic steroids? These are synthetic drugs that mimic the effects of testosterone. They're commonly used by bodybuilders to increase muscle mass and improve recovery time. So the word anabolic kind of describes how this drug will increase that muscle mass and increase the recovery time. So the androgenic piece is the testosterone piece, where you're essentially introducing a masculine hormone into your body. So when you're introducing this masculine hormone into the body, you're going to have some masculinizing side effects. Things can start happening like increased body hair, facial hair growth, a more square jawline, hair loss, among other things. And one of the most noticeable effects can be a lowering in pitch of the voice. So when women or AFAB people take AAS, the elevated testosterone levels cause the vocal cords to thicken, and that thickening of the vocal cords causes the pitch to drop. This is much like if a cis boy goes through puberty and the voice drops due to elevated testosterone levels. It's a very similar thing. So unfortunately, in terms of the voice, these effects are permanent. So when you stop taking AAS, or if you introduced estrogen or another feminine hormone, there is nothing that's going to change the voice back to how it previously was. So here are a couple of examples of how your voice might sound after you take steroids.
What are some side effects, if some people are listening, especially women, what are some side effects that can happen from steroids that you've experienced?
Yeah. So far I've experienced, my voice got pretty deep, body hair, clit growth, trying to think what else. Obviously more muscular.
That's a good side effect.
Yeah, I didn't mind that one.
The changes in the voice are not just physical, but they can be really emotional too. One participant in a 2021 study named Nora was surprised and felt bad when she heard her voice recorded. She says, "It was very rough, but you don't hear your own voice. I remember hearing my own voice on Snapchat and thought, oh Lord, is that me? There had been several times that I had called around, for instance, for doctor appointments or ordering something, when the person on the other line thought I was a man." A study in Norway found that, quote, almost all of the participants were introduced to AAS by a trusted male person within the gym environment. So I think that because these drugs are illegal unless you have a prescription for them, it's kind of a hush-hush thing. So many women and AFAB people who are, in the gym, they are into the bodybuilding thing. They might have a partner or a coach that they trust a lot to give them the right information about how much to take or if this is a good idea. And it's possible that some of these trusted male coaches or people in the gym might not understand the full impact of steroids on a feminine body. So with this voice deepening can also come a loss of your high range in terms of your singing voice. So if you're a singer, that's something to think about as well. Hunter Henderson is a female champion powerlifter and bodybuilder. And in this video, she talks about how she was a singer and she has sort of lost her ability to sing where she used to.
Before you started, did you know that it would change things this much? Were you already this is most likely going to happen and I'm okay with that? Or was it, shit, my voice is deeper.
Yeah.
I'm now okay with it. Or did you decide that beforehand, or were you okay with it as it happened?
So I did some basic research. Like, I knew that my voice would get deeper. I knew that the body hair would come. So I wasn't surprised when that happened. I was a little disappointed because I used to sing. Yeah, so I was pretty disappointed when the voice started to go down.
So even though the changes to your voice with AAS are permanent, it doesn't mean that you have to be stuck with the sound of a voice that you don't feel aligns with you. You might be totally okay with the changes to your voice, and that's totally great. There's nothing wrong with the sound of this voice. But if it's something that bothers you, you're not stuck with it. Your voice is adaptable, and with the right training, you can develop a more feminine vocal quality that feels authentic to you. Through structured voice exercises, you can retrain your voice to emphasize the elements that contribute to a feminine sound, such as pitch, resonance, and vocal weight, while also improving your flexibility and your control of your voice. Even if your voice has deepened significantly, voice training can help you regain a sense of control over your voice and how your voice is perceived by others. So let's break down exactly what things you can work on in order to get back to a more feminine perceived voice. First, staying hydrated. That's the most important thing. Vocal cords need hydration. We need systemic hydration. And if you're an athlete, you know that your body needs hydration. So hopefully you're already on this one. But in general, we want to think about drinking roughly 64 ounces of water every day. That's going to be a little different for everybody, to stay hydrated throughout the day. So when your vocal cords are not hydrated, it's harder for them to vibrate. Your vocal cords can develop kind of a sticky mucus when they're dehydrated, which makes it more challenging to use your voice, and you might end up pushing or using muscles that you don't want to use. So staying hydrated helps to lubricate the vocal cords and make it really nice and easy to use your voice. Next is warm-up exercises. So same thing, if you're an exercise person, you know that warming up is just as important as the workout. So in terms of warm-up exercises for the voice, we want to think about doing things that are very gentle. So we want to stay hydrated. And once we're hydrated, we want to do something called SOVT exercises. So these are exercises that basically are just very kind to the voice. And one that you can try really easily is to do a V sound. So if you connect your teeth with your lip and just glide up and down in pitch. That's a really good warm up for your voice. So you might feel a little bit of opening in the back of your throat. That's totally fine. And it might feel a little challenging to do that at first. But that's a really good way to start warming up your voice. Just a few minutes every day can really make a big impact on the health of your voice. Next up is pitch. By practicing exercises using a pitch app to kind of get a sense of where you are, you can start to train your voice to speak at a higher pitch. So the app that I use with most of my students is Voice Tools. You can also use Voice Analyst is another good one. That one's paid. Voice Tools is free. But both of those apps will give you feedback on where your voice is, if it's high or low. By practicing exercises using a pitch app, you can gradually train your voice to speak higher. So start with your current pitch wherever you are to get a sense of what your current pitch is, and go very slowly up. You can use your warm-up exercise to continue gliding up all around, and then just practice speaking at different pitches. The next thing that's important to think about is resonance. Resonance is really key for creating a feminine sounding voice. And the goal with a more feminine perceived voice is to bring our sound more to the front of the face. So this is kind of a weird thing to think about, but I want you to try using a hum sound or a nasal sound. So we're going to use just an N sound. Nancy, like Nancy. And I want you to just notice if you can feel a buzzy sensation in your nose. And that's the idea. We want to bring all of our sound a little bit more forward in the face. Nancy, Monday, never. Any words starting with a nasal sound, n, or ng, we want to bring all those sounds forward. I have another video on forward resonance I will link up here, and I think that that would be a really good place to start. Lastly, we want to lighten the vocal weight of our voices. So our vocal cords basically will use a lot of engagement when they're thicker, and then when they're thinner we get less engagement. So when your vocal cords are getting thicker, they're thickened from this testosterone, that means they're going to be having more engagement, more connection between them. So we want to lighten that up. So one sound that's really great for lightening the sound is a sigh. So if you go ah, this is more of a light sound. So that's a sound that you can use if you want to try Monday, Tuesday. And that can be really helpful in just sort of lightening and feminizing the voice. So to recap, anabolic androgenic steroids can affect the voice permanently, but targeted training can help you to reshape your sound to be more aligned with who you are. By focusing on hydration, warm-ups, pitch, resonance, vocal weight, all of these things can be really helpful in bringing you back to that feminine sound. If you're feeling unhappy with your voice, personalized one-on-one lessons are a great way to start. And if you're interested in coming for a consultation, I have a link down below, and I would love to meet you. I hope this video was helpful, and I'd really love to hear from you if you have gone through this, or if there are things that have helped you, or just love to hear what your experiences are. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more voice tips. Thank you so much for watching, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next video.